allowed to do this. It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó lódodo.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are joining us this noon. It is brunch time with Maiyegun. Thank you so much for joining me, and this is me back. Read the caption of the broadcast as usual, the description of the broadcast as well. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell all of them that Maiyegun is back. Motide. 18-year-old is too young to go to the university, but 12-year-old can get married off in Nigeria.
You too. And yes,
I know we do have a lot of catch up to do. I intend to start this afternoon.
and yes, right.
Now, for those of you who have actually missed the platform in the last few days, this is your shot to catch up. And here, what a Thiefnubu dictatorship is turning into in Nigeria.
And yes, right.
Share this.
And yes, right. I should be cheering you. And yes, right. And yes, right. Ojelu Esuraki. And yes, right.
So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you. Depends on the time you are tuning in and joining us this moment. It's afternoon in Glasgow. Thank you for joining us. The Minister of Education in Nigeria, that's where we're going to start from, okay, is someone from northern part of Nigeria. And they just came out to announce that from next year, they would not allow anyone or any child below the age of 18 and to have certified that they've spent 12 years through primary and secondary education before they will be allowed to write the university entrance examination. It was with Sheung just yesterday, and this is what he had to say.
Dramatically in changing the scenario of a perception of Nigerian university, the quality of education, the output and the quality of research, and how it affects our society, and of course, eventually, leaving no one behind, because those children who are less privileged and those who are privileged, nobody should be left behind in attaining an educationally an education that anyone wants. But the issue of minimum age required to enter Nigerian universities, what exactly is the status now? Is it 18 or 16 years?
Well, nothing has changed, Sheung. It is 18. What we did at the meeting that we had with JAMB was to allow this year and for it to serve as a kind of notice for parents that, look, this year, yes, JAMB will admit students who are below that age. But from next year, JAMB is going to insist that anybody going to apply to go to university in Nigeria meet the required age, which is 18. And for the avoidance of doubt, this is not a new policy. This is a policy that has been there for a long time. And even basically, if you compute the number of years learners are supposed to be in school, the number you end up with is 17 and a half. From early child care to primary school, then junior secondary school, and then the senior secondary school. You would end up with 17 and a half. And by the time they are ready, the school year is ready for admission, you have that's the age that they will be ready for admission. So we are not actually coming up with new policy contrary to what some people are saying. We are just simply reminding people of what is existing. And in any case, NECO and WAEC henceforth will not be allowing underage children to write their examinations. In other words, if somebody has not spent the requisite number of years, in that particular level of study, No, why? And NECO will not allow them to write the examination.
What is the minimum age to write those examinations in Nigeria?
It's not a matter of age. It's actually the years spent at each level of education.
So the one imagine that there are stages of education in Nigeria.
Yes.
There is the primary education.
Even before that, early care.
Early
5 years, yeah.
5 years.
5 years.
You enter primary one at 6.
Yes.
Yeah. You are supposed to spend 6 years.
6 years there.
In primary school.
Exactly.
As at 12, you are expected to graduate if you are not a repeater of any of the class.
That's right.
So you move at 12 to JSS1.
Which is 3 years again.
Which is 3 years.
Yeah.
So at 15, you're expected to move to the senior secondary class.
3 years.
3 years.
Yes.
So at 18, you are expected to graduate.
That's right. I'm ready for university.
So when we imagine that there are smart students.
Yes.
It means that no matter how smart you are, you must confine to those ages. I mean, to the minimum age requirement, isn't it?
At the moment, this is what we have, but it's very legitimate to appeal to look at that window and say, okay, how do we cater for our smart children? And this is a conversation for another day. Because other countries too, they do similar. They have their age, specifications for each level of education. But again, they look at the possibility of smart children. But, a lot of times in our own country, what sometimes is a window eventually becomes the door. So it's a conversation for another day.
That's what they are doing. But let me explain it to you. Indeed, the Nigeria education system in stages means that you are allowed to register your child at the age of 6 to go to primary 1. Then they will spend 6 years in primary education. Then they will go to the junior secondary school, 3 years. Then from there to senior secondary school, 3 years, making it 12 years. It's always been like that. Okay? But within that space as well, we've had the children, yes, brilliant, students who have sat and then wrote the same external examination when their own tutors felt like they were kind of ready to do that. And then they also excelled. We've had a lot of them who have actually excelled. We've had a lot of them, and it's not just Nigeria. All over the world, you will see someone at the age of 16, 15, writing the college examination, or even like gaining access into the college or university. But that's not like everybody can do it. Everybody can jump into it. It's always there. But they had no plan for that. But guess what? Their own children doesn't write JAMB. Their children don't write WAEC, all these things that they kind of make you, that they said about rules. Their children usually sit for what they call SATs. And most of them are outside the country. At the age of 16, 15, they are in colleges. 16, 17, they are in universities all over the world, where these criminals are coughing out huge chunk of stolen money to fund them. Now, their priority is not about how to get as many children as possible enrolled in schools and make it more, educationally conducive for them to want to be in those environments, right? But to fix education in Nigeria, we have to stop anyone who is below 18 from sitting and writing JAMB. But that's not the same when it comes to child marriages in northern Nigeria. Last year, just recently, in October 2023, Kano State government spent 843 million naira. Yeah, you heard me right. 843 million naira to marry off 1,400 couples. Majority of them have no job. To the point that it became the duty of the state government to marry out children. Because according to them, it is sooner in Islam, in order to stop a girl child from becoming wayward or blah, 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 it is better to marry them off as early as possible. And it is a state government policy in northern Nigeria, where a state spent over 843 million naira on one single location to marry off children. I'll show you. In that same Kano state, education is not really a thing. Now you have somebody from that part in charge of education, where they've always had them from that part. Guess what? They are more interested in making, sorry, there's so much light that just flashed through. So they have this, what you call penchants, okay, for making ridiculous policies that never, for any reason, supports education. But child marriage, see them. It's called a child marriage. And 99% of those who are benefited from that, they have no real education and they have no real job, no real skill. But the criminal politicians from northern Nigeria, they've done so well for themselves that it is a state policy. Here is one of their affairs inspecting the bed, the furniture, the bag of rice that will be given to each couple after the ceremony, state-sponsored wedding.
Wannan da ake gani gado ne 6x6 tare da katifarsa ta zanin gado da kulluka guda biyu da ana gani da kuma madubi da kabet nan ne abunan guda hudu da kuma wannan katan ne na taliya ce kuma makaroni da kuma buhun shinkafa da jarkan mai. Yawa wannan dama gado yana tare da su. Wannan shine abinda wannan wato gado da mai girma gwamna zai kowace amarya amaran nan 1,800 na local gama 44 kowace irin wannan samfur din yadda aka yi wannan haka za a kai dukkan local government na 44 irin wannan za a yi wanda bai irin wannan ba za mu dauke ya canza mana domin abinda muka yi alkawari da su kenan. Sannan kuma akwai sadaki na 50,000 za a ba ta sadaki na 50,000. Sannan kuma za a ba su jari na 20,000. Sannan kuma za a yi musu ɗinki na atamfa da hijabi wanda za su sa a ranar biki. Sannan su kuma angwayen za a yi musu a shadda fara yadi 5 da kuma hular da za su makala a kansu a ranar angwanci kenan. Wanda sauran kuma al'umma da suka yi mana alkawari za su ta goma shi masu bayar da kiret ɗin kwai da masu bayar da sauran kayayyaki muna nan da za mu rubuta musu da an sa ranar ɗaurin aure za mu rubuta al'umma su shigo domin su tallafa ma waɗannan angwaye da wannan amare da wato za a yi auren su nan ba da daɗewa ba insha Allah a wannan jiha ta mu ta Kano. Shi wannan aure yana da abubuwa guda uku. Na farko yana taimakawa iyaye musamman cikin tattalin arzikin da aka shiga na wahala. Za ga mutane ana ta sa auren 'ya'yansu amma saboda babu hali
I've never seen anything like that in my life. But guess what? It is so popular in northern Nigeria that Boko Haram will never lack they will never lack recruits, because they've been ingrained and made them believe that indeed education is an haram. But pedophilia, child marriage, child rape, sodomizing boys, all these horrible sins, if we have to use their Sharia, they are not sins to these lunatics mixed up in what is famously known as a Zoological Republic of Nigeria. It's a shame, right? Nigeria currently have over 22 million out of school children. Yeah. Who are currently living in that system. No skill, no education, no care. But whenever these depraved men want to kind of satisfy their lust, they jump onto Sharia in order to what? To sexually enslave their children. This is something in that place. And their elite, oh dear, they have every idea of what their people need and want. Somehow, that has now become what Nigeria wants. Yeah. Their own children can have access to the best education money can buy as soon as possible. But the children of those who they are stealing from, they have to follow the rules. The rules that says, no matter how brilliant you are, yeah, we don't want you to kind of quickly grow so fast enough that you begin to challenge our own children. Because you will serve their children. And your children will serve their children. If that's something you probably feel comfortable with, I get, shift. Because this can't be the trajectory of, in Koolu, 200 million people. I know Nigeria has been captured, no doubt. But at the same time, stuffs like this are just to remind you that if you are comfortable with some of what they are doing, maybe it is time for you to begin to see beyond just yourself and see that they are out to ruin just everything. And they will do it legally. Yeah, even though they are illegitimate, they will still do it in the way they will call it legal. Just like, what do you call it? Just like what Thiefnubu did, swearing in a criminal as your CJN, but acting without the confirmation of the National Assembly. But it's okay. They will confirm her in 3 months, and then, they will swear for her again. Yeah, they will do things in a way that will make it look like, illegal stuff legally. Or somehow, vice versa. Nigeria education system needs improvement, yes. Needs investment, absolutely. But you see this nonsense, policy nonsense, right? It is just to further keep not just yourself that they have done it to, but your children too. You cannot aspire more than where the ceiling they put on you. So the few of you are going to be the outliers. When they asked him, what about those brilliant clubs and students, even from northern Nigeria, where they've made us believe that a quota system is to help the north, because the northerners are brainless. The northern children, they don't have any mental capacity, okay, like their southern counterparts, which is wrong, which is a lie. But guess what? They engrave it, they kind of inserted it into their system. Quota system that says anybody from northern part of Nigeria is a dullard, a very stupid, ignorant, unteachable sort of, cavemen. That's what I see it as. And it is the doing of their criminal elites who decided to say, for northern Nigeria to catch up with the southern Nigeria, it is not to invest in the education, it is to change and tweak the policy to accommodate them. And they kept it that way. And in order to keep that belief, to keep it going, they still have that quota system that makes a child from Zamfara to enter a unity school, secondary school, with just a 2/100 score or 1/100 score mark. While a child that scores 60 in Anambra is told to go and receipt, is failed. She's failed if you score 60/100. Now that's the system they are operating in that place. Then at the same time, they also make sure that the quota system as well shows that the northern Nigeria must had prominent positions with shitty educations they are giving them. Yeah, no matter how much education what you say you won't get from southern Nigeria, there is one there is one illiterate that could barely write his name, but he's a doctor that's going to lead your team. And that is how they are making you believe that Nigeria want to progress. How? When you add the other impunity and the others to their actions from all sides, then you know that no, Nigeria is not going anywhere. Done for. It didn't allow education to spread in northern Nigeria for a reason. It is to control the ignorance. Now it's going to be the lot of the rest of Nigeria. Somebody just said that now. Awolowo laid a foundation on education in western Nigeria. So not only the Westerners benefited, including, non-Westerners from northern Nigeria, from eastern part of Nigeria, from other part of Nigeria who benefited from that solid, education in western Nigeria. Free. But now, we are now breeding illiterate bigots who are pretty much more like, tribal champions than to have something, to have skills, to have education. Because there is no investment in education. Now, not just in the northern Nigeria, it has become a thing of almost the entire Nigeria. And sad of it all is that of western Nigeria, the place where they always we always brag that, we have this legacy of education. They are like respectful people. We are still very much educated, enlightened. It's just unfortunate that the Omoalis, the bastards among us, they've managed to gain power. They hate their people. They hate the land. But they are feeding from it. So education, no investment. Healthcare, no investment. The young people, no investment. Right? We are now breeding our own alimajiri at a never seen before rate. A total decline that should actually jolt you when you look at all these things that we have adopted. I mean, where they have, should I say adopted or forced on the rest of you? By these criminals. And you should know, when they come for your children, that should get you mad. It's unfortunate. The majority of you can't even separate, the immediate ruin and the long-term ruin that these guys represent, enough that you could easily cower behind them. Their children will not be under any of these rules. No. But their children will go out there to the UK, to America, all over the place. Get whatever education they can get. And then they have parents like that madman. They will fix them into the system. Slowly, surely, they will end up being your leaders again with that same myopic mindset. And the cycle continues. And guess what? The children they have failed to train or teach or educate or given any skill, especially in Yoruba land, right? They are growing up now. Or do you think they're just going to disappear? The system is catching up with everybody. 25 years of ruin is catching up with us. And when charlatan like that becomes a minister, as it is, making policies that will kind of alter the trajectory of the life of your children, that should get you mad. I don't know how to break it down for you. Because some of you are already withdrawing your children from school. You can't afford that anymore. Yeah, people are leaving schools now. Children are leaving schools now. I've never seen before it because of the poverty level in that place. Here is one of us.
Money between 700,000 cash. But what you need, Terrorism, you 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, having Germany. But you buy 700,000 cash. I need to go. Timbali 700, but cash in money. My boss see me for 7,000. tí màá sanra mi ò sojú kòkòrò mo fi tútó bí àlùkùrá ń ṣẹlẹ́rì tí n bá ní 700 báńkì sọ fún 500,000 cash báńkì mo ti rí pé nóòtù ni wọ́n kó jọ yìí báwo lójú ọmọ fẹ́.
ẹ̀mí lọ̀rọ̀ tẹ̀ sọ yìí.
mo fi ọlọ́run ṣẹlẹ́rì ọdún bá pọ̀ kí n má ṣòye láyé mi tí ní 500,000 báyìí cash rí pé mi mo ní owó yìí o tí n bá ní 500,000 báyìí cash pé mo ní 500,000 lọ́wọ́ báyìí cash tó bá ń pè mí ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù àbàgbé wọn ṣe pé wọ́n á lo ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́ta lé ṣọ́ọ̀bù àgbẹ̀ táwọn mú.
Do you hear that? So that's one man I probably would never know his age, but you can tell. He said he has never in his lifetime, all his existence, put together a total of 700,000 naira cash. And he told the guy interviewing him that, man, apart from the fact that I am seeing 2,000 naira, 1,000, 2,000 that we are just using to live life, right? He has never for once put together 700,000 naira. That if he manages to get 700,000 naira for like a whole month, he's not going to go anywhere. If they call him at work, he won't go back there. Do you see that mentality I'm talking about? Right. These are the crop of, the mentality that people have kind of come up with. It's like a coping mentality. A coping mentality where people have been pushed and squeezed so much that they can't even recognize anything good governance, even if they see anybody dangling it in front of them, because they have no idea of what it is. All their lives has been life of a struggle, hardship. And guess why? In a country where even those who are well educated and even who have skills are struggling, imagine the population of those who don't even have any, and ask yourself how they are surviving. Then they have the mentality of, Omo, if I am just going like this, just wish that the armed robbers will just drop a bag of money, like 100 million naira. To somebody who never had the real skill, living inside their contraption called Nigeria, where poverty is actually like a virtue. They told them, their pastors, their imam, all of them told them that being poor, God loved the poor people. And they have been coping within that same system for so long that they can only imagine what 100 million naira is to them. 100 million. 100 million. Omo, no go work for 10 years. I'll just buy cars, I'll build a house, and I'll then, stupidly, they will tell you. And I'll start a small business. They have no idea. Now ask them, what kind of business would you like to do? By the way, that's where you're going to know that in Nigeria, something don't do you. They are not raised or given any kind of mindset to be enough in a way that to say articulately. That's why the Igbos are kind of really, really different. See this two words, right? In a world whereby you are raised to understand money and the value of it and what you can do to either multiply it through trade and the rest of that is one great skill that I don't think they teach in your schools, rather than you reading and cramming. When you ask them, if I give you 100 million naira, what can you do? Voila, you start hearing some ridiculous take. Baba, if I get 100 million, I'll first build a plaza. No. I'll build estates. I'll just rent it out. People will be paying me rent. No. 100 million. Baba, I will start business. So tell us, what do you have in mind? Have you ever really been able to, put together your thoughts to fix a problem, an immediate problem that you're like, if I see just 5 million naira, I can take care of all the debt, all the waste collection in this area. I can convince the landlord association and tell them that, you know what, I will take care of your waste if you can pay me so and so. But look at this, look at that. That kind of thing, right? So if I see just 100 million, I'll buy 2 compartmented truck used so that I will be, say, man, that sounds good, though. But where are you going to be dumping the refuse? I will work with all the recognized dumping site now. What I have to do is just tell them that they shouldn't worry. Instead of the waste being littering everywhere, I am going to be collecting it for them at a fee, right? You see, well, that sounds good. That sounds practicable. It's more practical. You could barely see any of them that will put together any thoughts that will make you think, now opportunity these people don't get to. I don't know why my camera keeps flashing up like that, like I am like turning white on your screen. I'm going to try and fix that. That's one of the problem of moving equipment out of this studio. You just have to kind of go back and reset until you get the perfect one again. So bear with me if this is too bright in front of you. Quick money. In a situation whereby people have no real skill, they have no real education, and at the end of the day, they are existing in a contraption that is led by kleptomaniacs, economic saboteurs. So all abnormalities will now become normal. Here is Kabiru Abubakar or something, an informant for, according to those who arrested him, or according to himself as well, an informant for kidnappers in northern Nigeria. He's speaking Hausa, so he's speaking, I don't know Hausa. So I'll come back and tell you what he said. Or Celia, if you are with us, help me in that comment.
Ibrahim Nasare, dogon ruwan 'yan magarya, na yi alƙawarin zan gaya ma hukuma gaskiya abin da nake yi daga farko har ƙarshe.
Malam Ibrahim, menene laifin da kake yi aka kama ka?
Laifin informanci
ga suwa?
Ga al'umma na garinmu.
To wa kake yi ma suwa suka sa ka?
Wasu ɓata gari ne.
Kai da suwa kake hudda?
Barayi ne.
To ba za ka yi min magana wasu ɓata gari. Malam Ibrahim, tsawon shekara nawa kai kana tare da wannan barayi?
4.
Tsawon shekara nawa?
4.
Shekara 4? To Malam Ibrahim, ka yadda laifin da kake na informanci shine dalilin da yasa aka kama ka?
Na yadda.
Ka yadda?
Na yadda.
Malam Ibrahim, wannan laifi da ka amsa ka yadda kana yi, tirsasa haka aka yi?
A'a.
Kai ma bayani, kai ma hukuma bayani na gaskiya, idan tirsasa ka aka yi ko ba tirsasa ka aka yi ba. Mene ne dalilin da yasa ka ga ya dace ka amsa wannan laifi?
Dai in ba ta haɗin kai da goyon bayan ga mutu gaskiyar magana.
Asirin ka ya tona dubu ta cika kenan. To Malam Ibrahim, da suwa ne kake wannan hudda barayi?
Alhamdulillah.
Da suwa
maza
ne kawai a waɗanda kake ma infomancin suwa ne wace daba ne?
Ba daba ba ce suke.
Yan ina ne?
Nan gidaje suke.
Wanne gidaje?
Nan kudancin garinmu da wasu kuma can yamma.
Kudancin garinku da yamma? Nan gidajen suke? Akwai daci yammacin garinku da kudancin garinku ne?
Wallahi na karkara ne gonakai.
To nan suke zaune? Duk barayi ne?
Wallahi.
To da wani ya sunansu da sahoman sunayensu?
Na farko akwai Ɗanladi.
Ɗanladi wa? Dan wane ne Ɗanladi?
Ɗanladi tukurmati.
Ɗanladi tukurmati? To sai kuma wa?
Sai Sani.
Sanuwa?
Sani tukur.
Shi ma ɓarawan ne? To sai kuma wa?
Sai ɗan ‘yar gata.
Ɗan ‘yar gata ya sunan shi?
Haka dai ake yawan kiran shi.
Dan ‘yar gata? To shi ma ɓarawan ne?
Can unguwar Iliya Makeri yake.
Unguwar Iliya Makeri, yanzu haka in aka je za a same su?
Inda ake samun su.
Ina ake samun su?
Kamar Gyaza.
Gyaza?
Sukan zo saye-saye.
A Gyazai?
Da rana.
To.
Amma ba su shigowa garinmu da wuri. Sai dai Gyaza.
Sai Gyaza? Nan suke shigowa?
Nan suke shigowa.
To Malam Ibrahim, a cikin laifuffukan da kai na informanci, sau nawa ka kirawo su waɗannan barayi suka zo suka ɗauki mutane? Sau nawa wanda za ka iya rikewa?
Sau 6.
Ka tabbata sau 6 za ka iya rikewa? Akwai ma buƙatar ka yi wannan hukuma bayani dalla-dalla waɗanda ka kira aka ɗauka waɗanda ka bada. Ka amince ka yadda? Ka amince ka yadda? To ka fara mu wace ce ko kuma wane ne na farko wanda aka fara kawo?
Ta farko Aisha.
Aisha wani gari take?
Nan garinmu take.
Ina?
Nan ‘yan magarya.
Matanwa?
Budurwa ce.
Budurwa ce? An nawa aka fanso ta?
Ba a kai gaba da kuɗi ba sai ta Allah ku fito da ita.
Kwananta nawa?
Kwananta 1.
To sai kuma wa?
Sai Jamila.
sai Jamila matawa.
ita ma budurwa ce.
To an
Da aka kama su
na'am
sai suka baje sai ita suka rike ta.
ita suka kama
Eh.
kwananta nawa
Kwanan ta ɗaya ran na biyu ta dawo.
nawa aka fanso ta.
Da sun ce 100,000 za a ba su, an ba su 95 suka sako ta.
To sai kuma wa na uku kenan.
Yawa sai kuma Rabi.
Rabi ina ce.
Yan nan ce yan magarya.
Matawa.
Matar Salisu.
Salisu wa.
Salisu Abdullahi.
To nawa aka fanso ta.
Ita kuma ba a kai gaba da kuɗi ba, ita ma sun kwanta suna bacci ta gudu.
Ta gudu.
Eh.
Kwananta nawa wajen su.
Kwananta 2.
To sai kuma wa.
Daga nan sai Hassan.
Hassan dan ina.
Ɗana ne.
Dan uwanka ne ma.
Eh.
To shi nawa aka fanso shi.
Shi kuma 12,000 aka bada kuɗin mai.
Eh.
Ba a kai ga kai kuɗin ba.
Nawa da suka ce a basu.
Sha suka ce an kai kuɗin mai kana.
Kuɗin mai nawa aka.
10,000.
I'll save you the rest. So that was him. An informant who had his own family and he was confessing to the people he's managed to. He's an informant to the terrorists. They call them bandits, but they're not bandits, they are terrorists. So as an informant to the bandits, to the terrorists, he got caught and he was there telling them how much involvement has been. He used to have a job. He had to do it to survive. He's got family, he's got children, and he regrets, okay, for being the one informing the terrorists whenever the military are around or whichever member of the public they needed to kidnap, and they pay him for doing so until he got caught. That's that one. Here is another person too. I'm showing you some of what the product of that contraption are, so to say. Rather than focus and face that head-on, these criminals who created all this mess, they want to create more and more people like that across Nigeria. See this one, so if his pal brought a friend home, right? And they had sex, she died, the friend ran away, and this mofo cut off her head, cut off her body, cut off everything she could, he could cut to go make money ritual.
Okay.
Oh, this is another one. That's another one I'm going to show. But you see this one, it's a mixed story, 2 of them. For that video, this one I'm showing you is that of a guy who also no skill, no real education, possibly no prospects. Inside the same contraption, they decided to start going everywhere and pack the sands. Yeah, they were packing sands or in front of banks. Okay, so they wanted to use the sand they packed in front of banks to make money ritual. That's one.
Okay.
So ye gbe ba ki meta oni anid imbo la ti koko bu akoko UBA yin na le
UBA 1 ẹ ti sọ tan na ẹ̀yin náà jẹ́ wọ́n ká gbọ́gbọ́ lórí
Access Bank
ó di méjì
imbo la ti bu kan
mo lọ ìbò kẹta
báńkì bíbá ẹni
tìbò wẹ́mà ó sì mẹ́ta
wọ́n fẹ́ fi ọ̀rá sínú wọ́n fẹ́ wà lápò ní báńkì
ṣé mo lẹ́ẹ̀ máa kan ní
èrò ẹ̀mọ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí mo fi níbẹ̀ máa kankan
mo
rẹ̀
lọ àbù yẹ̀pẹ̀ tìbí
ọ̀rá lásán náà mú ẹ̀mọ́ kankan ilé ìjọ ń bu yẹ̀pẹ̀ èrò ọmọ bàbá ló pè
kí ló dé àbù yẹ̀pẹ̀ tìbí kí ló dé àbù yẹ̀pẹ̀ tìbí. wẹ́mà ló dé àbù yẹ̀pẹ̀ tìbí. Okay.
Èmi wá sọ̀kalẹ̀, máa lọ sí kíni.
Wá lọ bí ẹ̀pẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀. Kí lẹ fẹ́ fi yẹ̀pẹ̀?
Ẹ̀pẹ̀ tẹ́ bá àbù yẹ̀pẹ̀ lẹ́ fi ṣe.
Òṣòlẹ̀ lẹ̀.
Òṣòlẹ̀. So àwọn tẹ́ bá àbù yẹ̀pẹ̀ wọn yẹ kí ló mọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn.
Àbúrò ní ṣẹlẹ̀. Yẹ̀pẹ̀ bí tẹ́ bá bù kí ló fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bẹ̀? Ayé yóò ní gbà.
Ẹ̀gbọ́n méjì ni mo ṣe wà. Ṣé mo kọ́ tí mo ti dòónú ayé? Ẹ̀wọ́ bẹ̀ yìí sọ wá di aláìmọ̀ ń ṣe. Ta lè fẹ́ bá soso lẹ̀? Ẹni lẹ́ soso lẹ̀ fún ni.
Nuisance lele.
Again, the ignorance is so deep. And a lot of people are actually in the dark. That also tells those ones who probably have education, that tells the type of education they have. I used to be in that kind of dark place, I think. So those madmen who needed psychiatric help, they started to go about packing sands in front of banks so that they can go and make money ritual that will make them rich. And I really don't like this. My camera giving me this. I'm going to actually come back. Okay, give me a sec. It is so distracting. It's distracting me.
Na sha faɗa bisa ga experience cewa in dai za a yi aiki da database na name da sim registration, I still insist babu wani barna da za a yi na tsaro da ba a san waye ba ko ba a san ina yake ba in ba a san shi wane ne ba. Na sha faɗa ba once ba shekara 5 ina maimaita maganar nan. Kuma na sha rubuta takarda na tura wa jami'an tsaro ba ɗaya ba ba biyu ba ba uku ba ba hudu ba Allah ne shaida. Aikinmu duka da muka yi bai shafi tsaro ba amma dai mun tabbatar da mun yi providing database da muka yi don a taimaka tsaro zuwa ran da muka kammala aiki muka tafi na bar sama da mutum miliyan 100 a Najeriya da na musu rijista a database. Kuma mutum miliyan 61 ni na yi shi gaba ɗaya a cikin ƙasa da shekara 3. Kuma a shekara 13 mutum miliyan 39 na samu amma sanda ne a cibin sama da mutum miliyan 61. Me duka manufar don a samar wa masu tsaro wani irin platform da za su yi aiki da shi wajen magance wannan. Ana sace sarkin gobir ba da labari, bidiyonsa ne na dawo gida yara ke nuna min, wallahi na ma gagara gani, kawai na gari gasa da jini na gagara. Abinda ne na farko shine da gaggawa na mutane biyu da san suna harkar tsaro, na ba su shawari cewa ina ga in an yi kaza da kaza da kaza ba sai na bayyana ba saboda al'amari na security ba kawai nake fada ba. Ina da yakinin ko ba a san suwa suka yi ba to tabbas za a san ina ne location din su. In ku aka sani to da ikon Allah za.
I'll come back. So I think I have found why my setting was like acting up earlier. Okay, so I think I fixed it. See, I look more clearer now. Do I still look whiter? I'm still fixing it, but it is much better now. So let us continue. Thank you so much for your patience, though, right? This is just me like coming back or getting back into my game, okay? But yes, the ignorance of people, the victims of a failed country, people who have no brain of how to create anything meaningful, something you can see, but they have the belief that they could create a legion that will go and loot and steal money for them, since they don't have the direct access like those their slave masters have been enjoying. And they do not even have the courage, right, to really go after those who put them in a situation where they needed to pack sand. Do you think packing sand from the front of the bank is going to make you rich? Others believe that, oh, as they are packing the sand, all of you that are banking with that bank customers, they will use your destiny. And those lunatics will be rich and you will be poor. This is the type of a society these criminals have created. And there is nothing you can say to tell them that, Baba, you get mental health problem, or if you believe that packing a sand, killing somebody, cutting off somebody's head, or exhuming skulls, like mining skulls, will make you rich. If that has been the case, I will say that we should have nothing less than maybe 1 million billionaires in, for example, Yoruba land. So we have a lot of people suffering from mental health problems. And this is coming from the position of economic frustration, that they have become so destroyed mentally, that they can no longer actually really think straight. They become suicidal. They become like murderers. Children are going missing because some lunatics are kidnapping them for money. Mentally disturbed people have been brutalized and assaulted by a supposed normal people because they believe that mentally deranged people want to use their destiny. Destiny will not make you millionaire. Are you not saying that you are actually really coming from a frustrated position when you believe that somebody can make you poor by just cursing you? Somebody can destroy your life by just taking your image to somewhere. Are you not looking at what this society has done to you yourself? I used to be there too. Honestly, I used to be. And I can tell you this for free. It is all coming from the position of trauma. The trauma caused by the economic ruin caused by these criminals from every part of Nigeria, to the point that you actually feel like you can cut somebody's kidney, you can kill someone in order to become rich. Rich with, I don't care where the money comes from. I just want a spirit to be giving me money. And you believe that you will kill somebody, or you put somebody inside a cupboard and their spirit will begin to go and rob banks for you. And you don't think that's a mental health problem that we have tolerated for far too long? Especially those of you who have been repeating it and repeating that, and those who are making movies around it too. They are justifying mental health problem that is a murderous. People have no mind or brain to face the rogues that put them in that situation. And then they look around and begin to mine scores or mine used sanitary pad and doing all other horrible things that only mentally deranged people actually does. It is a pandemic. Like it's a pandemic. Who became a teacher telling us that after he was the Minister of Communication, a former terrorist sympathizer who gained access to Nigeria's supposed data, Nigerians' data. And under him and the Boko Haram, the terrorists called the Fulani terrorists gained so much ground. And the Wahala is still there. Not a single one was arrested or prosecuted. The guy came back and said, oh, I called them, especially when they kidnapped the emir of Gobir. So I called them, I called this guy, I told them that what we built can locate and track all the terrorists. You don't go back to their Moscow. The same place that Boko Haram picked him from 6 years ago. Sorry, 9 years ago, rather. Then he became a minister 5 years ago. Communication minister. And he had access to all of our data. Under him, that was when the kidnapping escalated. Terrorists started using TikTok. Yeah, terrorists started displaying their, their ransom on TikTok under this rogue. He's speaking in Hausa or wherever this is. To Isabe. I want terrorists there.
Na sha faɗa bisa ga experience cewa inda za a yi aiki da database na name da sim registration, I still insist babu wani barna da za a yi na tsaro da ba a san waye ba ko ba a san ina yake ba in ba a san shi wane ne ba. Na sha faɗa ba once ba shekara 5 ina maimaita maganar nan. Kuma na sha rubuta takarda na tura wa jami'an tsaro ba ɗaya ba ba biyu ba ba uku ba ba hudu ba, Allah ne shaida. Aikinmu duka da muka yi bai shafi tsaro ba, amma dai mun tabbatar da mun yi providing database da muka yi don a taimaka tsaro. Zuwa ran da muka kammala aiki muka tafi na bar sama da mutum miliyan 100 a Najeriya da na musu rijista a database. Kuma mutum miliyan 61 ni na yi shi gaba ɗaya a cikin ƙasa da shekara 3. Kuma a shekara 13 mutum miliyan 39 na samu, amma sanda ne achieving sama da mutum miliyan 61. Me duka manufar don a samar wa masu tsaro wani irin platform da za su yi aiki da shi wajen magance wannan. Ana sace sarkin gobir ba da labari, bidiyonsa ne na dawo gida yara ke nuna min, wallahi na ma gagara gani, kawai na ga rigarsa da jini na gagara. Abinda ne na farko shine da gaggawa na mutane biyu da na san suna harkar tsaro na ba su shawari cewa ina ga in an yi kaza da kaza da kaza ba sai na bayyana ba saboda al'amari na security ba kawai nake fada ba ina da yakinin ko ba a san suwa suka yi ba to tabbas za a san ina ne location din su in ku aka sani to da ikon Allah za a iya zuwa a kama su ko da ba san suwaye ba kuma ko da wayarsa suke aiki kuma wannan mun shayi ba ɗaya ba ba biyu ba a takai a rubuce na yi hana gaji Allah ta'ala shine shaida abinda aka yi don Allah Allah din ya sani akan a samar da sim and nim registration an yi barazana ga rayuwata wallahi ba zai irgu ba wallahi akan kada a yi na ce sai an yi ai a February 2020 akwai wanda har rediyon BBC shiga ya yi barazana wa raina ko na fasa ko in dena na fasa ba a fasa ba kuma an yi wannan harkar don a samar wa Najeriya Allah ya sani wallahi al'azim hatta rayuwata na hakura da ta a lokacin wallahi na hakura don ina to hatsarin shine ga abinci an samar masu cin abincin sun kici wannan yana damuna kullum a zuciya da kuma ba yau abin ya fara ko jiya ko shekara ɗaya ba ya faru shekaru da dama kuma ina faɗa Allah shine shaida is really most unfortunate ina da yakinin har a yanzu in za a yi liberating wannan database din waɗannan matsalolin in dai masu laifi ne ina da tabbacin kashi 97 cikin 100 ba za su sha ba insha Allah ta'ala muna ƙara aiki da dama muna tunatarwa cewa a yi aiki da shi waɗanda kuma suke filin daga 'yan sanda sojoji da sauran jami'an tsaro talakawa a yi ƙoƙari ya zama albashinsu da alawansu na isa gare su yana da matukar muhimmanci kuma a kyautata aikai na tsaro ta inda zai zama duk wanda yake filin daga yana da tabbacin idan ya rasu iyalansa ba za su lalace ba yana da matukar muhimmanci saboda in ba encouragement ga wanda suke field za a ci gaba da samun matsala jami'an tsaro muna addu'a Allah ta'ala ya taimake su ya ba su nasarar magance waɗannan matsaloli na insecurity dukkan wata matsala Allah ya ba su ikon magancewa a cikinsu idan akwai gura gurbi da suke jin daɗin abin da ke faruwa ko da shi suke ƙoshi.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún sí lálìkìyàmọ ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
alámọ̀ mi ó ṣòfò láyé ní sa pandemic ó tún sí lálìkìyàmọ wọ rádaràda wọ̀nyí. That seems sounding like you know what, we built a database. I have told them that if they want to get these people, they can be traced, they can be tracked. It's just that, you know, I don't know why they are not going after them. That's why he's telling his congregant here. He said, oh, we built a database, over 60 million people there. Yeah. If you use their BVN or NIN or something, you can track them when they call people for ransom and all of that. It's so unfortunate that they are doing this, but I wish they kind of work on it. Don't ask me for the rest. That's what he was saying. A total hypocrite. A terror apologist himself. And under them, with that his database, terrorism became industrialized in Nigeria. Terrorists can call for ransom. They can show faces on Facebook, on TikTok. They can even brag and show their victims, including the ransoms, right there. But no, the NIA, the DIA, NIA DSS, and the rest of them, they are not interested in those guys. They are more interested in the rest of you that are kind of like calling out the rogues and their criminality. See these two men. They were picked up by Thiefnubu's Daura, stupid service. These two guys. The first one is a journalist, an investigative journalist. The second one is also an investigative journalist on it's called PDOM. Now you see the full meaning of that PDOM, right? Person in detention or missing. Now, you see this guy is sort of a guy that was faceless on social media, and he's also famous for releasing some of those leaked documents from the APC, Ekbekebe's government. Documents that has to do with either memos, approvals, and stuff that they would normally deny in the public. So he became a target. But people didn't actually know what he looked like until the Nigeria police Nigerian police and their Daurasi, their Dokpemu stupid service tracked him. I'm talking about the guy on the right. They tracked him to River State. They kidnapped him, cuffed him for 6 days in handcuff. No food, no nothing. Until his family members raised the alarm. And finally they got to know that, okay, yeah, we got him. They are now asking for a bail. Police, not court. Police is asking for bail of 150, a shorty, 15, level 15 civil servant or something, with a 100 or 200 million naira bail bond. And we kind of believe that it's going to take a level 15 civil servant in Nigeria. It's going to take him 123 years to make 200 million naira. To be able to say, I have 200 million naira, I want to deposit. By civil servant true means that you can't do business per se while you are working, they say. But it will take you about, if you rely on that, your high pay, salary, whatever it is, it will take you 123 years to make 200 million. So they set a bail bond. The other guy is a journalist returning from the UK. Now I know why the Templars are always like, Maiyegun, no, don't come back here. No. And I'm like, okay, I'm not coming back to start with. But this guy was coming back from the UK. He's also an investigative journalist, a Yoruba guy. So they picked him up as well because they felt like his articles on Thiefnubu is insulting. They haven't told us what he did yet. They haven't said that one yet. But they've picked him up for about 3 days now. In a supposed democracy, you have criminals in charge of Nigeria as we speak. Everyone is a suspect to them. They are fighting and forcing legitimacy that they will never get, except they use the force. Here you get. So if you go out there and talk about democracy, yes, Ogun supposed to kill you. Because you do not have anything democracy, you have dictatorship, by the way. And it is not just an ordinary dictatorship. You have a gang of criminals, all kinds of criminals, manning important institutions. By the time they are done with you, you probably would not even be able to recognize that you're Nigeria, I promise you. Look at what Thiefnubu did last 2 weekends. This last 3-4 days. You see the guy on the left, his name is Rufai. The one that is on the right is Beachy, a beach. Now, the one on the left tendered his resignation. Resignation as the National Intelligence Agency, the agency responsible for kidnapping and spying on Nigerians. You see the one on the right? That's a beach. He was the Director General of the Dokpemu Stupid Service. Now, this guy on the left tendered his own resignation before Thiefnubu could fire him. And he has been replaced by someone from Kwara, a Nope man. The one on the right, which is DSS, that one has been removed. They didn't say sack. Okay, it's been removed. This is the guy that came in after Lawa Daura. You remember Daura? The guy that Bokwari used in invading the houses of the judges in Nigeria, arrested them, and also removed Onogen as the Chief Justice of Nigeria because of a petition that he has a bank account abroad with $13 balance in it. And he did not declare that he had a $13 bank account in America. So because of this, he was removed to be investigated for corruption. So Lawada did all of that when he was removed by Pastor Ruga. That's the beach man that took over. But you know, this man, his own story is not different from what others have been, okay? But he's more despised because of the lifestyle of his children. Baba, they said this guy, this beach man's son, could actually have you picked up. No joke, DSS, they go arrest and beat people up for the son. They will arrest people, right? And lock them in the underground cells simply because somebody argued with the son on social media. True story. So people kind of hated him more. Then coupled it with the DSS activities of kidnapping Nigerians, but never been able to discover and kidnap the terrorists that are kidnapping Nigerians. You get that? So he's one of the hated men in that contraption. But it was believed that people celebrated it when he was removed. I'm coming back to the other one. Because right now, the noise now is that Thiefnubu is Yorubanizing. No, it's not. It's Lagosianizing your contraption Nigeria. Wait for it. These were supposed to be the staff of the Dokwe Stupid service under Bichi. Even though they have started what they call the media round. Damage control. No, this is a 2018 video. This is a 2012 video originated back gates. 100%. When this video came out yesterday, it was to celebrate the hand of a supposed criminal. They are all the same, but see this ones, I hear the talk. I know they're there. Meanwhile, the one that resigned himself has handed over to his own successor, Abubakar Mohammed, the Nope man from Kwara State.
It's my honor and privilege today to welcome the incoming DG, since Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, Ambassador Muhammad, and to hand him the baton.
So as for Vichy at the beach, we are here to see Zonando handing over. And the northern guys are running crazy. Thiefnubu removed 2 northerners in a single day. That Rufai guy is from Katsina State, Bokowaris State. That man, Rufai, cannot go back to his own community. I promise you, he's not going to live there. Even though they said he's being given a chieftaincy title to come and become their Sarkin. No, not Sarkin. It's good to come and become Emir. No, I don't know. I don't care. Because you guess what? In the last 5 months, Katsina State, like Niger State, is a bloodstream center. You can say it's like a bloodbath, courtesy of the Fulani terrorists in these places. underreported, of course, because a lot of people are tired of just hearing about they don't kill this one again, they don't kill that one again. That's exactly what they have turned us into. So becoming sensitive enough to say, almost 24 people, 24 farmers killed in Niger. The next thing you're going to hear is, oh, Maiyegun, please, just give us any latest, Jerry. Give us latest, any latest. Yeah, I just told you. 24 people killed in Niger State. Farmers. In this time, I said, oh, Maiyegun, I don't hear you the first time. I say, give us latest, any latest. Well, is that not latest? Is that not something? People have become so insensitivized or incentivized and they don't, you know? And then you have the rogues in your government. I saw a video where Devuluma was having a presser, right? Like with a wiki. He was there bragging when he was a governor and how much a fight he had a name and he was ready to fight anybody who tried to So I think they were asking him about the Lagos Calabar Coastal Road. How far, Baba, with your Lagos Coastal Road? I think that's what led to this one. I have this long watch. And
I found what His Excellency Atiku Abubakar was talking about, the comparison. And yet people still come to say, oh, this number of lanes in Egypt is 1.8 billion and it is 300 kilometers. I mean, people darken council without knowledge. You should be able to say something is white is as white as what, you know. Now, we have ESIA certificates on the project. That's number one. Number two, was the project listed in appropriation? Yes. The project is in 2023 supplementary appropriation. Now, the estimate, the budget is an estimate. What is in the budget is different from the cost of the project. You know, and you can split the project, but you can section the project. And so that has answered that question. How was the project, procured? Under the Procurement Act, there are three, my PAM secretary is a procurement expert, and I have a very good DPP and good directors. But the project was approved by Federal Executive Council under restrictive, procurement. And it is in the law that when you have specialized project to do, where you have very limited people that can engage in such project, you can use restrictive, procurement. And the only place you will find where concrete was done and successful was in Ebonyi State under my watch. Otherwise, it was high tech, and Dangote that initiated concrete pavement, taking it to the next level, because what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR did while he was governor was an introductory part of the concrete road, and that is by the using of interlocking, concrete ties to do the roads in Lake VI, and it is still sustaining, which is wonderful, and that's also where we took our courage and bear it. And so that is the procurement. And so you want to see what this company has done, you go and see a Papa Oshuki or Reshuffling project that hitherto was never, a success in terms of the flexible pavement that was used. And you see vehicles that are parked there for 7 days, but right now, under this kind of arrangement of concrete pavement, you see a very wonderful road, and that is standing a test of 50 years to 100 years. And so, what next is this about the procurement process, this about ESIA, this about whether the project was appropriated, yes. And so, they will come to naught, because what they thought we didn't have, we have it. And I'm also equal to the task. I fought many battles as governor of Ebonyi State. And so, my name is David. And I'm not afraid of battle of this thing, but let them hear it again as well. That if they want to unduly benefit from the project by going to court, they are wasting their time, because David is there. Yes. Projected that it could be up to 16 trillion is in our presentation, because if you check some of the projects inherited by Mr. President, some have lasted 18 years. And so you talk about when dollar was 150 naira to $1. You talk about when HO was 130 naira per liter. and then you compare it with what you have today. And so our take in such projects is, because it's very embarrassing even taking such projects to fake. You come and say project was 11 billion 18 years ago and it's 180 billion now. Who will believe our story? So the safest way is to have an agreement with the contractor, have it terminated, and then reprocured, in bits based on availability of funds. So the funding and budgetary provision are our guidelines now in any procurement or review of projects that we are doing. So you see some projects may be stepped down due to poor budgetary provision, but they are not terminated. When there is fund, we resurrect them and we go ahead. When people are destroying the bridge parapet to just get reinforcement, the labor they are putting there, if they put it in meaningful work, they will be able to make more money. But it's just lack of patriotism and criminality. Look at the second Niger bridge. They went to remove, they went to remove the expansion joint. That's terrible. You look at Lagos, the Abuja Canal. They destroy the media JC to look for reinforcement. We have also employed two generals, as SSA security, who is also helping us to form some, vigilante, for surveillance over some of this critical infrastructure. But with the assistance of the public and the new measures we are implementing, and the ones we will not tell you here, we are sure to, arrest that menace. You want training, you want to become engineer overnight. You have to pay for it. But on a lighter note, yes.
Nuisance, Lily.
I'll save you the rest of the rants. That was a Devulumai doing this thing. Again, there's some context you need to have on that story. Okay. Number one, Nigeria's 2024 budget was put at a 27.5 or 28.5 trillion naira. Abi? From that budget, 6 trillion of it is going into the private pocket of these lawmakers and the rest of their clique. It's called padded budget. Okay. Now, this is, when I say budget, it's like on whatever they want to do. All over. All ministries, parastatals, and agencies, right? But Thiefnubu, from the blues, said he was going to construct a 700-kilometer road to Calabar. And that will cost Nigeria 15 trillion naira, which was going to be $13.5 billion. No provision for it in the budget. No bidding for the project to choose who's going to build them. Everything was kind of like consummated, discussed, approved, and 1.5 trillion naira got paid. But that's nearly $1 billion paid to Shaguri. Where did that come from? It's not from your budget. Did they borrow the money they gave to Shaguri? Nigeria made 5.9 trillion naira in revenue last year. All revenue. You hear me right, oh? When I say all revenue, I am talking about including the money that was supposed to be remitted by the NNPC, but not remitted. Yeah, that's why you have 5.99 trillion. Call it a 6 trillion. Nigeria paid 8.55 or so trillion naira in 2023 to service debts. Let me see if I have the image of that budget. Yeah, I do. Here. This is budget, right? Let me see breakdown. So revenue, Nigeria made 5.99 trillion. Despite all these taxes, all this nonsense, Abi. Then Nigeria, right, paid 8.56 trillion naira to service debt. That means the money they take service debt is more than the money they made, 5.9. Nigeria made 5.99 trillion. When Thiefnubu came in, they spent 19.50 trillion. Deficit of 13.50 trillion. So currently, Nigeria revenue, Nigeria's revenue can no longer service Nigeria's debts. That means Nigeria is now borrowing money to service debts. So there is no end in sight for your naira. So they came up today and said, Nigeria economy has grown. They said Nigeria GDP increased by 3.99%. Should they whine? APC, Egbekegbe, is evil. And you see the reason why a lot of you will crash in poverty, lose your money, lose your savings, lose everything. It's because of the recklessness, financial recklessness of these rogues. How do you spend 13.3 trillion more than the money you are making? It be like a person where they make 50,000 naira every month, but they are comfortably spending. That means you are borrowing, Abi. You are comfortably spending 400,000 naira every month. Who are you deceiving? But yourself. You are looking for ways to explain why the economic downturn will never leave you soon. These kleptomaniacs, they are never going to stop until they are stopped. I am very much convinced on that. So this guy said, religion on its own, Abi, this is what it is also. I'm going to go to Imo State, where Hopeless Uzodingba played host to this new guy called something eBay. Is the new Baba Gio of the Southeast Nigeria. And guess what? Pastors, politicians, politics, and the people, the 4 P's, or should I say the 3 P's that play soccer with the life of the last P. The first 3 P's, the pastors, the politicians, and their politics, and you, the people. They said this guy gathered a never seen before number of people in Imo State seeking and looking unto God, asking for miracle in eastern part of Nigeria. And Hopeless Uzodingba, Hopeless Uzodinjo is adding that as part of his achievement as a Supreme Court governor of Owerri. Is this your own go? You see, all of you we come here, come clap for me. When I, when I kind of like drag Adeboye and the rest of them. Here is one, too. I saw the video and I was like, how do you get a lot of people like this to come in and tell them that you are going to change their life in the name of Jesus? You're mad, Dini. And I realized that that's religion. That is a tool. Politicians will never miss. Hopeless Uzodingba is happy. And yeah, apart from giving the glory to God, there are the mumus in eastern part of Nigeria looking for salvation in this economic downturn and this confused state of Nigeria. We need Jesus and we need God in Jesus' name. So the guy went on to go and see Hopeless Uzodingba and say, in your name we did it. And thank you.
Saw more than 3 million people in that gathering. The gathering was the largest so far in the whole of Southeast. And the unique thing about it is that nobody was harmed coming, but with the kind of security and protection, no bad news. So it has give our state another good name that what people are saying out there that Imo State is not safe. With this kind of people, every part of the world was present. The whole continent was present. So everybody now on social media, you will see people say, oh, we don't know that what we are hearing on social media is not where it is. That Imo is saved, and I must appreciate you for the security, everything. They saw a helicopter flying around the prayer ground. The confidence, even the white people that came from different continents, they had confidence. Because I told them to come, that there will be no problem. And they came and saw.
I want to thank Almighty God for today. That this man of God that is highly sought after all over the world is in my office. He decided to extend this ministry to Imo State. The coming of this ministry to Imo State comes with a lot of advantages. It will add to our internally generated revenue. It will strengthen the local economy here. It will increase our desire to make Imo State the tourism attraction of other states in the southeast. So I'm indeed very happy and glad. You have also used the occasion of yesterday and day before to show the whole world that people can again come to Imo State. I am here as the governor of the state. I know the challenges already facing you. But I can assure you that those are not challenges. We will solve all those challenges. Every profession comes with envy. Some people are very happy, not only because of the spiritual gains that will come with your relocating to Imo State, but the increased traffic that will follow, and the awareness it will give to our people, coupled with the blessings that God will give to us for playing host to your ministry. So I will talk to everybody to understand that we need your presence in the state, and that we are willing to give you every support that will make your coming to settle here easier and faster. So, and I want to urge the entire people of Imo State that the government and the people of Imo State are happy to host Zion Ministry in Imo State. I'm happy to be a landlord, and again to know that Ebuka Obi is from Imo State is an additional reason why we must all keep.
Saw more than 3 million.
So it's a great achievement. Ebuka Obi is the new trend of a powerful man of God. You know, in eastern part of Nigeria, he said they pulled 3 million people yesterday, or 2 days ago rather, who came to witness the power of God. Anyway, they said that at least since he's a friend to Hopeless Uzotingba, and this prayer, what have you, happened in Owerri, I would have actually loved somebody like that to go to Olu or Zoo. To go to Olu also to go and organize this kind of 3 million. And listen, that would be something incredible to do. For a man that is organizing the slaughter, the massacre of his own people, is happy that a pastor that can pull 3 million people who are looking for miracles, the victims of their own bad governance, who are searching for miracles. I get pain. If you see Odumeji and people will go to his church, right? They'll say, what do you have, madam? I have hypertension, HBP. What do you have? Hypertension. No, you don't have hypertension. You have HBP. HBP is a different thing from high blood pressure. And the clown is so popular, right? That people actually attend this church looking for miracle. Ridiculous, right? That is exactly people who are supposed to go to the hospitals for real. Those who are supposed to actually anyway. So in Nigeria, they look for miracles, different miracles, okay? those who are looking for children, those who are looking for their businesses to improve, despite the fact that they are living inside the Thiefnubu. But yeah, maybe some devil, some Satan, some evil spirit just didn't like them, and that is why they are. So I would love that person to go to Olu and Ozu, by the way, okay? And hopeless of the job. And his murderous team are able to surrender their own arms. Okay? And then we can say, yes, Ebuka Obi, you are a man, you are the man. We're going to continue to fool on ourselves, okay? While you are looking for your miracles left, right, and center. And with these miracles you are looking for are normal things that if the country is working, if the whole system is really working, we're not going to be too superstitious enough to be thinking there is one devil that is holding your destiny, holding destiny of your children, holding this and that. We are talking about mental illness, right? And those who say religion is, is mostly, when you see the mostly religious people that way, they are those who are suffering from this serious schizophrenia, mental illness. They will never agree with you. Because waiting they control them, no big. What you they call that thing again? Like our Lord is not canon, I've been a canon, because I don't even understand the difference. Which one is it? The spirit that controls you is not canon, I've been a canon. Something to say that it is not normal. Me as a human being, me as a human being, I cannot understand except the Holy Spirit or one kind useless, whatever name they give to it, or one kind useless spirit to envelop you, take over you and turn you to a mad person who doesn't have to think, just sort of act. It's unfortunate, but hey, that's just me. In a contraption whereby they built a technological center to train people on this modern technology, I believe, right? Or how to make sims of income. I'm just saying, they had this technology house in Lagos, Ikoyi, and it was supposed to be a technological training center where you have to see anything that has to do with modern tech. Abi, Baba party lofin Sheleko na party Owambe that they rent the hall. Imagine, not school. No, this one not say school all. This one they build a building. It's called Technological Center. We don't know what happened. Then come out all the equipment inside the place. Now for rent. In Abuja, I know this one is not new, but it's just to show to you the level of degeneration that you've got in that space, right? Ministry of Finance, where they deal with money. Ministry of Finance, they are using their own staff boss to go and do who say to Abuja Central District 700 naira in that same contraption, and they will tell you, you're new now, they need to go and make money now. Ilushi. That's not
government moto 700 naira. 700. 700. Yeah, Ministry of Finance moto 700 naira.
How you want to explain that? Ilushi. But you know something? You will see tens of thousands of places, of supposed institutions like that scattered all over the place. Is that they have completely been abandoned? Or they've just converted them into something else. While the people that are supposed to be to be trained and empowered through that such institutions, they are camping at different churches. Praying for Japa. No, I want visa this year. Or they kind of probably just go out there and look for somebody who, buried their dead and failed to, to put up the tomb on it. So they can go and mine the head. Or look for anyone who spread their own undies outside. So they can take the undies and say they want to go and make money. Ilushi, I know what I'm talking about. The Zoological Republic, where the supposed law people who are supposed to be upholding the law upholders, so right, the law breakers, citizens are now like the law protector, you say. I don't know how to put it, okay? What I'm saying is that you have a place whereby the supposed policemen and security guys or all these, government officials and the rest of them who are actually supposed to be on the side of the law, not breaking it. They break it at will. And the people they are supposed to guide or watch over to make sure that they are not breaking the law are the ones who are now trying to stop the lawbreakers, the supposed government agent. This happened in Lagos, though. I don't know if I should say well done or not. I've seen a lot of people say, yes, this is the job. This is how it should be. No, this is not how it should be. But this is where it is in that contraption.
Go back. Go back. Spot time now. This place is lost. Go back.
Father Zaire. I'm so sorry. I don't let me go back. You have been here when you are from my book. No, it's not that way. You are illegal, No. Okay, no, I will not. I will not tolerate that. No. Okay, let him go back. No. No, I don't want to go. What happened? Yes, it's Yahweh. But I don't respect you. Whatever they give by law. And that's how my wife go back in the world. I will be like the free. Below on this island.
The video, okay, the video. Now you are the see, say, it's like now. I want to now.
You remember the guy now? The asthmatic, guy. Who is also an APC, Egbekegbe. But he did something there, and I saw it, and I'm like, that's incredible. Where everyone is so lawless. Eh? Yeah, it is, including those who are supposed to be the government, workers, and you say. And I think on that note, that is where I am going to draw the curtains this afternoon, so that I can take calls. We can take calls. We can have a WeChat. So this past weekend, we had Yoruba Union in Glasgow, and a lot of people came around. I also saw the comments of some of you who felt like I should be careful and all of that stuff. See, I appreciate your concern, but I was with my union. Do you know what that means, right? It simply means that I was with my people, and I don't want to kind of feel like, suspicious of anyone that way. As a Yoruba boy, a Jabu man, Yoruba says, he who you suspect, do not befriend. And he that you befriend, ye should not suspect. Enitabambari, kama furasi. Enitaba furasi, kama bari. Do you want me to say that again? It is a Yoruba saying that if you see anyone that you are suspicion of, right? You are suspicion of their character and everything, do not befriend them. And if you are friends, anybody you call your friend, do not suspect them. That's not your friend. If you are a friend with anyone and you are like, I'm being careful, you know what I mean? That's not something. So I have friends. And I was like, I am still very much like, I'm happy to have them around. And the purpose why everyone came to Glasgow also is nothing so personal. It's for the collective interest of our own land, Yoruba land. And I remember telling a lot of you then that those who laugh at us now will not laugh long. Because there's going to be a time I'm going to look back and say, are you still laughing at us now? Are you still laughing? And you say, no, we are not laughing. Yes, you won't. So for now, you can still laugh. So they came around, and I was so happy to have everybody around. And to those who joined us virtually as well, thank you. So, and then yesterday, the African Wala was here. Yesterday, you saw him. And a lot of people too, right? Olowo Totu, Akara Ogun, Lebabs. I don't know if he's there right now watching. Of course, he's going to be there watching. That's our leader now for the Yoruba Union in the UK and the Republic of Ireland. And gradually, we intend to build it into what we have always envisioned, right? Including building the same all over the world. So next year, we'll be having the Yoruba Union Summit in Canada. So we're going to go the kind of, all of now, we're going to need visa. Or we're going to need to kind of start planning. I beg, we're going to start planning. I got gifts. I'm going to kind of flaunt some of them here. I got spy camera. Spy glass. Or spy glass. What do you call it? Spy glass or spy glasses. So I call my glasses glasses. That one is medical. This one is different. So I got one from one of the unionists. And it is just to make sure that if I'm wearing this, I could possibly, I know I can wear it in that contraption. They know what a spy camera is. DSS, DSS from Bichi. Anyway, I got this, so I could record. See, right now I am recording myself. I'm recording all of you here, like Stevie Wonder, that's Ijebu. I also got this. See, people were so generous to me. They all wanted to see the part of Maiyegun, and they right in here. I got see, I got this gold, silver, but gold plated, nice watch. It's amazing. I lost my watch the last time I went to London, and I passed through. I went to London, and I passed through Luton Airport. So at the checkouts, right, while I took off my digital watch, okay? And I packed everything else from that tray, and I left that, my 250 pounds watch. Since then, since I know the jewelry person, I never really bothered. Well, I got a silver watch. Tell everybody. Those are from my friends and the people of my community, the Yoruba Union community. For those who didn't make it down, listen, especially those of you who actually got your ticket, but you couldn't come anyway. Your own materials, everything used at the summit, including your own branded Yoruba Union, just one tiny branded shirt. It's got this. Hang on, where's my... It's got this. See? Yoruba Union Summit, Glasgow 2024. So you are going to get one or maybe two. Depends on, where you joined us from. So thank you so much. I'm going to go take a course, but I'll first take a break. And when I come back, right, let's use that as, so yeah, Maiyegun is back. So I take a course, right? See me, record everything, right? You can possibly see, can you see that chip here? That's a chip. That's the chip that records everything. The microphone is this. I wanted to get like, whoa, all of una way be say, somehow the contraption is in a way shielding, or you are feeding from the contraption. I get people. You have no idea the kind of people behind this platform now, and they are growing as well, right? So more day on top. I'll be back in a minute or two, and if you really have to go, no problem. I'll likely see you later this evening. But make sure you like the broadcast, though. Okay. I don't mean to be mean it's called the virtual or virtually impaired people. How not they take wear dark glasses? I feel like I've been like sleeping. Oh my God. That's crazy. Anyway, I have a caller, I think. Who is going to be my first caller today? Hello there.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Maiyegun.
Good afternoon. Is that old dub?
Yes.
That's old dub from Leeds. How you doing, Baba?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yes, it's been a long week because you've not been on the air, so normally the week we feel like a week, but
I know it's like actually like about 5 days that I've been like off and on. But the last 3 days, it's like I wasn't here almost. Then I came back last night.
Yeah.
Baba.
Yeah. This this place that we are living here in Europe. You know, we are always busy. We always have something to do. We always have to go to work. We have to pay our bills. We have to manage ourselves in such a way that we create time for this type of thing that we are doing now. This, you know, having to call you and talk to you and things like. So it is not always easy to always find the right word, or in a way, or a topic where you want to discuss, and sometimes you often step on other people's toe without even knowing it.
No, I'd say that all the time.
Which of course will make some people to be, controversial. Controversial, even without even knowing it, right? So it is not tend to offend anyone or whatever. I'm just saying my own, and
there's no intention of trying to make anybody feel uncomfortable intentionally.
Yes. So what my own point today is that I don't think Nigeria can change as it is, because as long as that amount of people with no education is in Nigeria, and then the population is growing, and the 90% of the growth in population each time do not go to school. So that means the increase of people who never go to school is increasing, like every time. So, and then there will always be poverty. So because that poverty, as long as there's just enough rice to share, around here and there, they will still hold that contraption together. And then until, God says, or until the return
of that's my own belief.
Jesus Christ.
Until we have had enough. Because people's time is God's time, if you ask me.
Yeah, but even if they had enough, how are they going to be able to talk for themselves when they don't even have a basic education?
I know.
No.
Don't think so.
Let's talk about it. How are they going to talk to it for themselves? You see, so the little educated people who manage to muzzle one another to be at the top will always be the one that will be, making the rules, sharing the rice, sharing the little that they have, until the scarcity will further increase until one point that, God knows when. Okay. But it's just because we all, we are reacting, we are complaining, and that's all we've been doing all this while, which is good, of course, to create the awareness. Yes, it's good, but
we are all waiting for that breaking point. When is that breaking point going to be? You think until God says, or until I just only help you complete it? I say, or until the people decide. We'll wait. Yeah. Thank you so much, Odab. You are the first caller upon my return, and Adeza is second. How are you, Adeza?
Good evening, my brother.
Oh, good evening to you. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. Great. Congratulations for successful hosting a Yoruba Union program in Glasgow.
Thank you very much. It was an amazing experience, I promise. But yeah, thank you.
All right. Yeah, I want to start with the man that said he has never have 500 to 700,000 in his account since he was born. The man speaking, I don't think the man is less than 50 years. From the
look minus, I kind of think the same. Plus or minus, it will be like around 45 and 50. Yeah.
Good. Now, when you look at what is happening in the country, you understand? Because, when you look around the 36 states, my brother, Nigeria is a rich country, but the successful leader has made the people poor. Understand?
Continue to.
Okay. They make the people poor. And that's why discuss. Somebody was saying that the senator was saying sometimes ago that people are depending on them. You have made the people to be poor. He said, teach people how to fish, not give them fish to eat. Because when you give them fish to eat, they will finish it, they will still demand for more. Right. But you teach them how to fish, they will fish, they will be self-dependent, they will be self-reliant. But what is happening? Not okay. Imagine all the state people that are saying they cannot pay good money for their worker. They can loot 100 billion, 80 billion, 70 billion. So how can you say that where one person among the executive cadre stole 80 billion? You will not say the state is not rich. You understand? If you have to take each person's loot in the state among the executive, you will know that it's not a small money. Understand? So what that man experienced or he's saying is a common thing. There are people throughout their life, they never hold 500,000 until they die.
That is their own money, and they would never touch it until they die.
They can only hear people say it or see it, but they never handle such a money for themselves. Secondly, the issue of this missing Minister of Education that is saying that 16 years too young to go to university. When we keep on understand bringing ancestors to come and rule us, that man from I don't know much, but somebody told me that he didn't get education.
Possibly, of course. I mean, you can tell.
Yeah, somebody said it. That is not his career is not in education. That is a lawyer.
Out of those popped up educated northerner. By the time you scrutinize it, you probably will see that.
Somebody who knows him. I think it was in Channel or it was in Aras News. That is not a education per se. That is a lawyer. When we are not putting people in the right places, you understand? So we are not looking for merit. Yeah, you can be a professor, but where you can't cover everywhere in life. There is a particular area you major in life. Understand? When you carry a lawyer to become the Minister of Finance, you expect efficiency and effectiveness there because he didn't know he didn't know what to know. The thing he didn't know it, so he can only dumble around and then he will just fuck up. I think those are the things. People in the character in question, if you even look at their age, some of them, they are living in the past. Yes. They are not 21st century inclined.
That's right.
You understand? They are not 21st century inclined.
These are characters. See, these are characters who believe that once they build up a building, that is improving education to them. Okay? Once they build up a home, once they mount two blocks together and say, oh, this is a brand new hospital, to them, that is an addition to healthcare. Not the welfare of those that will work there, not the type of equipment they will be exposed to, not the type of, what do you call it? Not the type of treatment as well, right? That people will access and on like that. No, their own is that, we just bought one equipment from Russia or from America, and it has been installed in that hospital, but there's nobody to use it for say.
Yeah. Secondly, when you talk of this, when you talk of this security in Nigeria, the North that are crying foul, I think they should cry on their leaders. Do you understand?
I agree.
Yes, I know that the president oversee everyone, but when you look at throughout Buhari's regime, all the security apparatus are from the North.
And it never make the North safe.
And never saved the North. It never improved the North.
No.
I was even thinking that all the security chiefs, at least, should be zoned to this so that everybody so that they can contribute together generally, not only particular area producing it, and they're not making any effort to change the situation.
No.
And they keep on crying. So I don't think it makes sense. If there are people who actually, for not the Northerner to actually screw, they should go to governors of Nigeria. The North has ruled more than any other part of the the other side of the country.
7 years of the 63 years independence. Yes.
Yes. They've done all those things. They've not been able to change like the new DSS and the new NIA, where I'm not seeing any improvements from those people. You know why? Because it's a weak institution. Just as I said earlier, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. He said Africa have weak institutions. The institution has been designated to be like that. Whoever go there have little or nothing to do to change it. Do you understand?
I agree.
That is until the institution are strengthening. Whoever go there, you just align with it, with everything. Understand? But in as much as they have made the institution not to work, they have made the law not to work. But why do they allow law not to work? Because it's benefiting the people who in power. Do you understand? If the people who are in power are the people bringing those characters, and those characters must favor them. If they refuse to favor them, they will remove them. And that's why you discover that they always die desperate. Not that most of them doesn't know what to do. I'm just telling the truth. Now, some of them doesn't know what to do, but the moment you do something that seems to contradict what they want or what they believe, they will remove you. And in Nigeria, it's very difficult for somebody to say he wants to resign from his work. We have not got to that level.
Well, time shall tell.
Because when things go wrong, you resign from. The man that resigned, he had a hint that they want to remove him. He quickly tendered his resignation.
That is exactly what we heard too. Like he had to quickly.
My brother, it's not easy for somebody. Only one person who have does it before was I think Ngozi Nwala doing Obasanjo. When he had an issue with Obasanjo, he resigned and left.
She left.
And when Jonathan came up, he let nobody have done. It's not easy to do. Understand? Because the way the system are created, it need to happen that way. Another area I want to speak is the new Supreme Court Justice. That woman has a date in her credential already. In a country like where me and you live now, she cannot be a Supreme Court Justice.
No.
Because he haven't had the role he played in Imo State. That one alone has already flouted whatever achievement he has made in life.
You know what people now said? They said it's actually the role she played in Imo State that henna this stay. That well, if you could be that criminally, minded, that the United States of America, as corrupt as they are themselves, have to ban you. Don't come to the US. Baba, we've seen America support horrible set of stuff, right? Then we believe that the damages that is happening in Imo State today was actually the creation of Kekeriekun and Tanko technicality. And that's why she became the CJN.
You know why these people are still in power? Because it's still the same party and it's still working for them.
Yes.
Do you understand? Like the other time we were saying that why must INEC chairman sit there, the 6th commissioner, why still sit there? If the people they have helped to ring the election to win, they are still one in power. So they will be there. Because the moment the man want to remove them, some secret will be revealed and it will affect them. Do you understand?
I deal with you.
These are reasons why these people are still in power. Another thing I want to make a quick talk on is the same security institution who cannot track Bello Turuji and the rest of them who are making speech in TikTok, in social media, and the rest of other areas. They are doing that crazy journalists to go and arrest them.
Yes.
The people coming from abroad to arrest them. Yet the people who are committing heinous crime every day, they will not be able to trace them. That means they are accomplices of whatever is happening in Nigeria. If you have all those equipment, you have used the taxpayers' money to pay, and you could not mark it to use to detect the people who are killing Nigeria. They have made some mistakes. Some places are governable in the state. You cannot trace the bandit and arrest them. People who kidnapped 20 medical students. Now you say you have retrieved them, but you're not able to arrest one of them and make it too public for people to aware. So what have you done? So these people,
it is all rigged. I don't
know. Finally, in respect of Adeboye, I think the man is old enough to go and arrest.
Retire.
It's no longer making sense. It's no longer making sense.
Because of our time.
That's just what I want to say.
I know some of them that you see we all have a lot of catch up to do, right? I hope you get on tonight and you could possibly add more. Okay, you have a good one there, sir. That's Adeza from Edinburgh here in Scotland. Somebody got through finally and they just got cut off straight up after. Apologies to that too. Hopefully you get through again. And that's you. Hello.
Maiyegun.
Baba.
Well done, Baba. Baba Nla.
How are you today, Baba?
Yeah. I do okay, Baba. How your side?
Same old. But we thank God, man. Thank you so much for asking.
Yeah. Yes, Lloyd. I'm calling from Philippines.
That's Lloyd from, did you say Sweden again?
I said the Philippines.
Philippines. Ah, man, you almost kind of got me confused there. I was like, oh, no, I've not got any Lloyds in Sweden. I've got Prince Adebayo there, though, right? Well, I know Lloyds. How you doing today, Baba?
Yeah, I do okay, bros. How your side now? How everything?
Baba, we did push up, I can't complain, though, right? It's just good to be back.
Over the weekend, we no see your brake light and all, you know.
I warned you. Remember, I warned all of you. I said, I will be going away and I will not stream it live as well. It's just going to be this private business in a way that everyone that's going to be showing up, they wouldn't have any reason, right? To feel like, I shouldn't be here. Everybody, that's why I had to go off the radar. Well, I'm back.
Well understood, though, bros.
Baba, they say, that's what Yoruba says. Whatever you keep, is what has value. So we decided to keep some things off the, if we really want to achieve anything. But yeah, thanks for asking.
First of all, say the last time I call, I've been talk about like who be the pilot and whatever for all this presidential stuff. As we don't know, I can't say maybe na principalities and powers and.
Let's say you be RCCG because Baba Gio came out 2 days ago and told us that the situation don't pass anybody's logical thinking. Not spiritual problem. We need spiritual solution. Do you believe that? Okay, well, I'll listen to you, Lloyd. Please continue.
That aside, this minister of minister of education. Yeah, like when I heard the news, I was like, because me personally, like say I finished secondary school at 16. I read WAEC at 16 or there.
Similarly, I wrote my own WAEC, I think around the age of 16 going to 17. I kind of believe that I left secondary school at the age of 17.
This gen, because these people they come now, like now Gen A they be. These people they fast, they smart. If they talk all this kind. I don't understand.
You get, as a ministry, you're not supposed to design method that is going to be in tune with the 21st century education. Sure, you get.
Yeah.
So that you can match up. Oh, no. They prefer those like cake way.
Which kind of wahala be this? Like, I don't even just want. That was the concept. Like, who are the board of members? Does Thiefnubu knows about?
Waiting concern Thiefnubu. It's just like to show that they are working. They pretended to show that they are working. Thiefnubu himself had the clue whether who is even the Minister of Education concept. You think Thiefnubu even actually have one-on-one with the minister of any minister at all and say, come, let's rub minds. Do you think so? When majority of them are sounding pretty much like the dumbest me, oh man, like, it's mental.
It's disheartening and like so backwards.
I tell you.
And last week, so when you did, I don't know if you came across this, like, where the Eastern governors and Patience Jonathan, I Pius, they celebrate Michael Opara Day. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, I didn't. So
that guy.
Tell me about it.
You saw it?
No, I didn't. Never seen it yet.
They do Michael Opara Day last week,
okay,
Friday or Thursday. So their Patience Jonathan,
River State.
Yeah, either River State or Imo State where they hold that thing.
Right.
So like, I think Hopeless Uzodinjo was there. Governor of Cross River State, they were there. So all these guys now, all these criminals that are like, they have perpetually kept Eastern Nigeria in like poverty and no development. They were there to celebrate Michael Opara and all his,
all his achievement. The achievement of nearly 60 years, right?
Yes,
there are some of them could not replicate in the last 25 years.
Baba, I was watching and I was so weak because these same people who are here celebrating Michael Opara, all the things they are against it. You know, they were talking about all the establishments, how about all the Obudu cattle ranch, the textile industries for Imo State, this one for Port Harcourt, the refinery where they make Vaseline, all these things where Blessed Michael Opara put together 60 years ago. Baba, they were discussing, and even Patience Jonathan was there. Ayin Pius, Ayin, they were all there telling him congratulations. But see, we don't die.
It is what they do, you know. They kind of make themselves feel good a lot of the time. And if they don't have Michael Opara to celebrate, they may decide to celebrate Jonathan. They may decide to celebrate Obasanjo. And you see all of them come together, begin to tell you how, you know, Baba, it is all messed up,
Baba,
they will say.
They're very annoying. They're very, very annoying. Like, wasted resources, wasted, you know, potentials,
wasted generation, toying with people's lives, people's, you know, dreams and all of that. And people are existing and dying, you know, go on.
They're still playing monkey pose with these people. Eh?
Time shut down.
This, you know, man, anyways, thanks, Baba, for your time and your, like, always come up here and, like, you know, enlighten us.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you
later.
Have
a good one yourself, Lois, okay? And take it easy over there, right?
Yeah.
Cheers,
thanks.
man. So I have another caller on the line. I'm here. Oh, I'm getting there. I think, yeah, I think I have you. It's a charm.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Oh, that's how you doing today, Mom?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm very well too. Thanks for asking.
We definitely missed you, but we know you're doing good work. We know you're doing good work.
Thanks, Mom.
And I hope that everything that you people want to achieve as a collective will you see through.
Amen. Oh, we are right on it. Thank you, Charm.
Do you know what? I like your response to the previous caller. Because when he talked about them celebrating Michael Oparaji's what's it called? The things that he's done. Exactly. Yes, his achievements. The truth of the matter is that those people will find any reason to come together and, you know, basically enjoy themselves. They're not there to really celebrate anybody, to be honest. They're there to celebrate themselves, to tell themselves how wealthy they are, to show up themselves and show out for themselves and things like that. That's what they've done there. They're not really in anybody's they're not really interested in anybody's what he's done or what he was able to achieve, because if that was something that they were really keen on, right, they would be replicating the same things as well.
So
right?
They have more resources than Michael Opara ever had today.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
they would,
go on.
By
the way, as well, when Michael Opara, the likes of Awolowo, when they are formulating policies that became their legacies, right? They had little or next to nothing to copy it from. They actually made them up themselves.
Absolutely.
Today, you
There's
can
so
look around
much
all over the world and copy policies, people-oriented policies, copy and paste with faith. But
you can do copy and paste. If you're the intelligent type, you can take whatever you learn from some people, kind of like make it more original or more tailor it more to your own
but they won't.
Experience and stuff like that. But they're not doing that. Well, you know, I don't want to belabor the point, but the only reason why they gathered was just to basically go and eat food and, you know, pat themselves on the back. They were not there to celebrate anybody's achievement, you know, just to make themselves feel good. You know, then this, I think, you know, I always say that Tinubu's government, I don't even know what to call it, is the gift that keeps on giving. Because I don't think I can remember a time in Nigeria where Nigerians in general, collectively, are so, you know, how will I put it, against the, with regard to the religious people, right? This is the first time I'm seeing Nigerians feel very, you know, as in, disheartened that just, you know, they've started looking at their so-called religious leaders with the side eye, you know.
I know.
As in, this is the first time I've seen it in Nigeria, in all the time I've been in Nigeria, that people are actually like, you know what, enough of this nonsense. When is it going to stop? When are you going to come and stop telling us lies? You know, I've seen people who they say, oh, they attend RCCG, and they're so against what the Pastor Deboye said, blah, blah, blah.
Speak.
You know, I say it's great that you're against them. it never used to be, even down to the Muslim clerics, that, as well, they're not so comfortable now to come out and tell people, oh, protest is haram. Protest is haram. You want us to die in hunger. Is that what they're saying? The people that go to, I can't speak for the Muslims, right? But the people who keep going to RCCG, you say you're against Pastor Deboye, but this Sunday, I'm 100% sure that you still put on your Sunday clothes and still go to that church.
Let somebody shout hallelujah.
And all of you will shout hallelujah. You don't know that the best way that you can say to a person like Pastor Deboye that I don't agree with you is to not show up. When he asks you to give him tithes or whatever, don't give, because clearly he's not speaking in your own interest. But we're still going to arrange all ourselves collectively and still go to that church again on Sunday, expecting some kind of miracle.
Because it's the house of God. Yeah, God built the place. It's not Adeboye's house. That's how they deceive themselves. The business center is not Adeboye's. Now God,
it's not Adeboye's.
It's our Father's house.
That's
what they tell themselves, and it makes them feel better. But Adeboye can tell all of them to go and stand outside, and they will all go outside. They don't bond them when they remain inside in their father's house. That's how they do themselves. I've seen it.
But it's unfortunate, but what you're saying is the truth. There are people that will go today and they'll be like, oh yeah, the man of God told me to go and stand under this hot sun. So really,
that's it. Because that's what I told people, right? I said, come on, champ. I'm sorry to kind of interrupt you here, okay, but you can even use this my context too in your expression as well, right? So I told people, people, all my life, right? When I was growing up, they said I'm a child of God. Oh, you are a child of God. Hey, you are a child of God, okay? You need to behave. I said, okay. And I believed it. I'm a child of God. And I believe that there's no way a child will not misbehave, and your papa no go kill you because you misbehave now, right?
Absolutely.
So if they now say my pastor is a man of God, and I am a son of or a child of God when I was younger, when I grew up to be a man, you don't call me a child of God that way, and you call me a man of God too. So what I simply mean is that how can God be comfortable if somebody called a man of God is asking whatever it is, whether in a spirit or something, to destroy a child of God? Do you think God will be happy that you, pastor, because I say something that offend you, you can't try to destroy a child of God? Do you not know you are sinning against God too?
Listen,
we're all children of God, right? And nobody should think is special or what do you call it? But not in Nigeria, though,
But and I think there's a real problem. There's a real problem. But I think that their cup is slowly but surely getting full. That's what I think, because a lot of people are expressing their their discontent with what he said and things like that. Not only him, even like I said, the Muslim clerics have spoken. You can tell that people are like, what are you people talking about? We are going through something in this country, right? And what we're going through is not spiritual. It's a bad governance.
It's human.
Bad governance.
Exactly.
It's human. It's bad governance on the highest level.
Yeah.
It is because people like you have allowed injustice to fester in the country. It's because people like you are afraid, or you are beneficiaries of the same injustice. That is the reason why you can come out and tell people lies. But it's time for people to wake up. It's time for people to, if you're not already awake, I don't know what else you want to do. Maybe you're pretending to sleep. It's time for you to realize that, listen, this Bible that they're reading to you, read it for yourself, not God by your own self, and then go and fight for your life. Okay, this same life that they are out there enjoying. Look at Pastor that said, oh yes, you will just wake up and you decide if you want to decide to be in London, you just be in London. Meanwhile, he's flying a plane. For goodness sake. He's on a plane.
They don't want you to be angry, or they want you to be upset with that. They want you to use spiritual eye to understand, if not mental problems.
You know what, Maiyegun?
I use spiritual eye to understand that I do not need a plane to go to travel.
I'm living in a I understand the spiritual, but I'm living in a world. When you slap me, I'm going to feel pain. So don't tell me that I should use spiritual eye to look at the slap that you're slapping me. For goodness sake, I'm feeling the pain. Okay, don't tell me that I should use spiritual eyes. Let's use spiritual things. Use spiritual eyes for spiritual things. We are feeling something. Okay, we are feeling something physical right now. People are hungry. People are dying. People will die because of basic things that a country is supposed to provide, that the government is not doing it, will not do it. You know, at the end of the day, and you're talking to me about spiritual things. God has a lot of things to judge, you know, and then you have that idiot minister that is saying that 16 years is too young to go to school.
Or 12
Do you
years
know
is
what?
not too young to marry.
And 12 years is not too young to marry. I don't understand. I really don't understand how some people think and what gives them the boldness and the audacity to come out in this 21st century to say this kind of nonsense where other people, where these same people, in fact, I don't even know what to say because it's unbelievable. So they will now credit this to a minister in Nigeria and assume that all Nigerians have the same, you know, thinking.
Yes, now.
Do you
Control
understand?
them,
So when
put a ceiling to the aspiration so that you can know how many of them you will give the opportunity. So they will be grateful and say, in Nigeria, I'm so grateful that they have to give me a special treatment, right? And that's something that is, you know, left or limited to their own children, right? So there is no plan of improving education, but they actually want to control who gain access to education and when.
Clearly, there is no plan to improve anybody's life academically in any way, shape, or form. There's no plan for us to even compete with other people out there. Do you see what people out there are doing? Do you see what is going on in terms of innovation out there? And for goodness sake, this idiot is here telling us that 16 years old, but 12 years old is old enough to marry, for goodness sake. What kind of country are we living in? You know, I don't understand the people that are at the helm of affairs. And you know, and it has dawned on me, you know, and you know, you were not around for the whole of the weekend because of what you were doing, right? And I really wanted to comment about Peter Obi. I've been thinking, yes, I like Peter Obi, but I also feel like if he plans to continue where I don't know how to put it, like, because there's a lot of injustice in our country. Now, if you are planning to build upon that injustice without addressing it, do you understand? I'm not sure that I want to vote for such a person because I feel like a lot of wrong has been done, a lot of injustice has been done, and those injustices really need to be addressed. And put right before you start building on. Okay, let us do this and let us do that because we can be a more productive economy and this and that. But whilst you want to be a productive economy, you want to build that production on top of injustice. I don't agree.
No,
and
it's not going to last. No.
It's not going to last. And I have a feeling that Obi might not want to ruffle feathers and, start telling people, okay, you know what? We cannot continue like this. This is what we need to do. We need to address all the injustices that have been done to people in general in every corner of the country before we can, and then agree, like we were always talking about, discarding the current constitution and, does he have the desire, the will to do so, or is it just, we know that we can be a more efficient economy and that's what we're going to do, whilst, maintaining the current injustices that, we have in the country, and I really thought, I'm not sure if that is part of Obi's plan. And if that is not his plan, right, then I'm not sure that, that's the direction that we should be going to. We should first of all be looking at, how to address all those injustices, which will stem from the constitution, which will still lead to possibly the dissolution of the country. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I agree with you. There's so much, there's so much conversation already flying about everywhere as we speak. And a lot of people are still dancing around it, including Obi himself, okay? They're dancing around it because they do not want to offend some people, I believe, right? But you see, let everybody keep pretending, okay?
Yeah.
1 year of Thiefnubu, 1 year of Thiefnubu, okay, is already forcing that argument stronger now. In 2 years
yes,
of
and
Thiefnubu.
it should. It really, really should. Not because, again, we do not care for each other, but because as it stands, let us think critically about that entity called Nigeria. It cannot remain the way it is. And in order to address it, you need to be addressing things like injustice. And if you're going to address injustice, that means a lot of resources and things are going to have to move back to their original owners. Yes. Are there people ready to do that?
Yes.
Is Obi ready to start from that? Because that's the start. That's the point A.
I don't think.
Okay,
so.
That's not point B. That's not point C. That's not kicking it down the road. That is where we need to start from. Because if we cannot start from there, then we're just wasting our time as a people. But again, like I said, I really don't believe in the entity anymore. I believe in the dissolution of that entity, such that everyone goes their separate. Not because we can't live together, but let us enjoy ourselves by ourselves first of all, and then we can all come together eventually. We can choose to work together later, you know, things like that. And hopefully we will never have people like that idiot minister that will come and tell us that
people like that will never have access to anywhere. And
people like that should never.
When you have normal people in charge, people like that will never have access to anything government ever. But take a look at their president now.
Exactly, like I said, what do you expect? What do you expect from Thiefnubu?
So what else do you want? Are you surprised that you see some other ass leakers like that who are all out there to pretend that they actually have something to offer when they don't?
I have absolutely, look at, you're giving somebody a portfolio education, when you should be talking about how to get our children to be critical thinkers, because there's a lot of things they've noticed about Nigerians, even when they move to this country, right? Nigerians are hardworking, they're very intelligent and things like that. But some of them are also very timid as well, initially, right? Until they kind of like get themselves. You know, but that's part of the reason why we're like that is because of the way we were trained. So instead of saying, okay, let us ameliorate that particular attitude, let our students be more, be bolder, be, you know, more confident and then intelligent as well when they go out there, things like that.
You know,
you're talking about not sending them to school.
Like, oh, Charm, if I give you $100 million right now, what can you do with it? Maiyegun. Then I will first of all, I'll buy my mama one car. I will buy my papa another one. They suffered a lot on me. Oh, Maiyegun, they did. Okay, go on. Then I'll build a house of my papa. I've dreamt of building him a house. Say, Charm, I'll keep my money and see you later. Okay, but not you. That's what the decision can be for a lot of our people. And it's time for us to begin to actually talk about them like this. Because there are people who are like that. They will say, well, I don't they trouble myself with all that kind of thing, Jare. It's because they can't think it.
I mean, it's part of the, you know, like
it's too much for them to be thinking. Yeah, to be thinking about this when they are thinking about that.
No, nothing. I mean, I was talking to my husband the other day, and a friend of his came in and started talking to me about finances because he works in finance and everything. And he was like, you know, like, how is it possible that this person at this point in time, at this level, has no financial literacy? He's coming from a Nigerian university where all he's known for all his life is medical field, but no one actually pulled him aside, or there's no curriculum included to cover things like financial literacy. So he's back to square one here, you know, trying to find out, okay, how he's going to, you know, become more financially literate and become more financially independent and things like that. But that's because stemming from this is a grown man who is a medical doctor, right, from a Nigerian university. So a lot of our people are disadvantaged like that, as opposed to the ones who are here. My daughter, she's not quite 15, but they have a financial literacy class that they have to finish during the summer. Okay, this is a 15-year-old. What does she know about finances? All she knows is, mommy, buy me this, I buy it, and that's the end of the matter. But so it is required for
that every dollar that goes into mommy, buy this, buy that, comes from somewhere.
Comes from somewhere, you know.
And you can't keep spending like that if you really want to have any financial breakthrough in your life. See,
exactly. A lot of things might go over her head, but it's a building block at the end of the day.
You know for her. Some of that's going to be like a restraint that will always be there. Okay, compared to somebody who never had that knowledge at all.
Absolutely. Anyway, I just first of all wanted to congratulate you guys on completing your the Yoruba Union, you know, and then to comment on this not case of Minister of Education. It's unbelievable.
It is what it is.
Let me let other people call.
I know. Thank you so much. Okay, you have a good one yourself. All right. So that's a charm, ladies and gentlemen. And then I do have another caller, though. I'm keeping the caller on there for a sec by coming back to ask all of us who are still here with us to kind of like the broadcast. That's your own offering. We only have just about 20 minutes to go. So if you haven't liked it, it is your chance to now, or you'll miss it. Here is another caller. I think that's what one name.
Yeah. One day the author, one day the number.
One name Osita. It's been a while too. How are you, Baba?
Yeah, congratulations on the good job, what you did.
Thank you
recently on
so
your
much.
program.
I know. Thank you very much, man. Please.
More grace to your elbows, my brother.
Amen. Thank you.
Yeah. Really, I do not know why we are talking about 2027. Or are we voting for who? Obi or anybody? Obi, Shore, anybody?
Talking about
I do
election
not
at
know
all. I
why.
think it was just
Yeah.
like a mention of, say,
No, I'm just trying to say something. I'm just trying to say something.
Good one, then. Go on.
If we are looking at the trend, looking at it from the position whereby your CJN, the CJN of the contraption, was not even she didn't go to the Senate
For confirmation, no.
For confirmation. I do not know what
they haven't even forwarded her name. Do you know he hasn't forwarded her name, or even up to now, to the Senate?
They didn't even forward her name. She has been confirmed, so there's no need going to the Senate at all because
they said they were going back. Oh. No, they said they are still going back to confirm her. Then they will swear for her again, second time in 3 months.
That is just a waste of time. That is fallacy.
That is what the contraption has become.
Yeah, as far as we know Nigeria, the reason they are doing that is because of the international image. Their international image, because she will still have to go.
Shocker, Osita.
Yeah.
The dude returned back to Nigeria midnight, did all that nonsense, right? And a day after, he left back to France. Nigerians don't even know that he's not in Nigeria now.
Yes, he's not.
What the heck?
Yeah, so all these things that people are saying, I don't want to be a part of people thinking about 2027. It's already stolen. It is already sealed. So I do not know the reason. The only thing that we know that it could bring about by the special grace of Almighty God is that it could bring up the breakup of Nigeria, his action, his intention. Yes, that is the only thing that we are going to think about. But if you're thinking about somebody who will contest the election against him, who is the greatest politician that ever lived? Oh, maybe they will say in America, Abraham Lincoln, right? Right. Even if they bring 10,000 of Abraham Lincoln, 10,000 of Obama, 10,000 of every other person,
you go talk about Obama, Lincoln, and the rest.
Yeah,
You're talking about selection, something that is institutionalized already.
So they will not be able to defeat Thiefnubu as far as that contraption called Nigeria is concerned, the way he has wired it. So I just want to advise us, let us not be talking about Obi, let us not be talking about Showore, let's not be talking about anybody. Anybody that wishes Nigeria well, the only thing that has to be in your mind is how to break this contraction peacefully.
But you know what me I even want to say, be say, anybody we want, rather than whatever you think you want to do in 2027, do it now.
Do it now.
Okay.
So that's the truth. Do it now. Do not wait for the election. It outside the election, outside the box. Then when you do it outside the box, then we can now pack it back into the box.
You get?
But as it is right now, nobody, no matter what you are saying, no matter what you are doing, he has been able to bring to himself, to his side, the people that are like him.
Yes.
So when he has people like him on his side, he doesn't need people that looks like us on his side.
He doesn't need anybody else.
So he doesn't need anybody else. So I just want us to focus on something. There was a time at a point in time, all of us was thinking that, oh, the electoral reform, there's no better electoral reform than what Buhari wrote down. But it is not all about writing it down. No. It's about the implementation. You do not have the willpower to implement it. So why are we celebrating it? So they lied to us all that while. They gave Obi Lagos just for giving sake to look as if there's something happening. That Lagos State this thing, but not knowing that at the forefront they have something else they are planning. So why do you want to believe them tonight to 2007? I won't tell you 2027. I won't tell you a lie. If I am anybody who is an opposition as a politician in that country, believe me, if I put my mouth in politics again, let me not see any good thing.
You know,
because into election again, let me not see any good thing in my life, because I know no election in Nigeria is going to work in the favor of the people. Thank you very much, my friend.
God bless you there, brother. Osita, the same one name, Osita, is drop his beats as usual and is left. And if you still want to be part of this, we have just about 15 minutes to go right now. 15 minutes. And that's your shot if you manage to get through. Here, I have another caller though. Here, hello.
Hello,
Baba.
Baba.
How you doing?
I'm very well. I'm a
Fisco, ọmọ Balógun, mo fẹ́ kìdílẹ̀ ni òjò pa ṣẹ̀gẹ̀rẹ̀. Ọmọ Banlé Balógun, Balọ́nà, òjò pa ṣẹ̀gẹ̀rẹ̀.
No, Baba, nísìnyí jákàjọ sọ. Ọmọ Banlé Balógun, òjò pa ṣẹ̀gẹ̀rẹ̀ má bẹ̀ lọ́yọ̀ọ́lé.
Má bẹ̀ lọ́yọ̀ọ́lé.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, bí reason tí mo ṣe máa ń sọ eléyìí, mo dẹ̀ máa ń sọ fáwọn ọmọ mi. Èèyàn láti mọ ibi tó ti wá, tí bá ti mọ ibi tó ti wá, ò lè sọnù. You understand?
I do.
But the reason why I called in today is because of the callers. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed all the conversation, everything, your presentation, obviously, as usual. You understand me now? But when you have callers call in and they say things that you are thinking, and you're like, oh, I have to call you. I have to call you and add to it.
Right.
I want to start with Cham.
Go on.
Cham said something about religion, but I cannot remember word for word. But my point is this. There is this man that has been debunking Mr. Adebayo himself. There's this pastor in Nigeria that has been saying something. You played this video recently. I think that man sounds Ghanaian. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
You understand? He was attacking all of our pastors. But I'm going to go to the point that man made.
Right.
That man made a very, very significant point. He said Christians need to be very, very careful. Christians, both Christians and Muslims, they need to be very, very careful because they don't own God.
No.
Those two religions do not own God. You will see an herbalist, you will see anybody, Hinduism, all these people. When you start talking about God, they will first stop and then listen to you. Do you understand? They will not listen to any of your criticism of other religion. But when you start talking about God himself, they want to listen. They want to hear from you. They want to know what you know. And that man is saying that do not customize God for yourself because you don't own him. All these people have their own means of connecting to that same God. You understand, Baba? I was watching that video day before yesterday or yesterday thereabout. And I'm like, I am not a Christian. I was born Muslim. My mom is a Christian.
Right.
But the way this man is coming out, because this man is speaking sense. Because Babalawo to lock me. I was on Tefa, one must say everything. They will tell you we know God exists. Do you understand? So all these people, all these pastors that personalize God, you have to go and pay them for them to pray to God when that God does not ask them for the dime. Do you understand? But you will be charging people. You'll be charging people to get money from them before you can talk.
Threatening them with God this, God that. What happened to them? Their first child will die. On top waiting. That's not collect money from me.
That man also said, this building that we are in, it's not owned by anybody. It's not owned by anyone. And it's not owned by him, the pastor, the overseer himself. He said, this what we are worshiping now, it's just a building. It was like we can stand outside now and still be worshiping the same God. We don't have to go to church to worship God. We don't have to sing. Oh no, I'm just like, where have you been all my life?
Where have you been, this man? You know, I know there are people
you
like
understand me now because God does not need you to have a certain religion to connect to him. That is his message. That's what he's trying to say to people. People have manipulated people a lot with religion, but religion is just a religion. God, oh my Yahweh, in your land, to buy the job that you're talking about, as a church, on the church, your church that you are going does not guarantee you heaven.
Or anywhere.
It guarantees you more than guarantee you heaven. Let me tell you now. Because if I was on the church and they buy a church, ẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣì ń tẹ̀lé ń gbọ́ gbogbo orí burúkú tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ń pọ̀ sí láti máa fọ́lù mọ́ gbogbo ilé ìjọba wọn náà papọ̀ ẹ má wọlé ẹ continue one by one now
very much.
now quick one the education one Baba, I think they are trying to spy on UK because UK recently said you have to go up to 17 years before you go into university.
Right.
You understand? And my point is this, you have said 16 years old cannot go to university, but what other alternatives have you made? Because UK makes sure that all their students go to college.
Yes.
Do you understand?
As at
to
when
the
ready.
age of 17.
Yes.
What plan has that Minister of Education made? And last one, Baba, me, as far as I'm concerned, I don't trust with you. And I'm glad you made me not trust him. Right. Do you understand? Because I've been listening to you. That man was made by the system. He was talking to Mr. Osibajo recently. You see the way he's laughing with them? Like what Trump said. Me, I don't trust him. I do not trust him. One single bit. If you are going to build a new Nigeria, get rid of all this rope. Make them all.
You have to have a plan to get rid of all these rules.
Yes, get rid of all of them. Make them pay for every single penny, all the money they give them. They have to get rid of it. And then I will believe you. If you tell me that's what you're going to do, then I will believe him. As far as I'm concerned, that guy, I don't believe him anymore.
You probably will be right.
But I'm just happy I met you before we came out. If not, I would have been in Baba. Enjoy your day.
God bless you. You should have a good one yourself, okay? Say me well to the kids as well, Papa. You have a good one. Okay? Nice one. Now that's Afiz Omo Balogun Omo Banle Balono Balogun Ojo Pashekere Loyo Mate Loyo Ole. What Moshe mix it up, you know? Fisco, you have to keep calling in and repeating it until I become very, very affluent in reeling out your own your own name and title and all that stuff. A quick one.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not, the time is coming when you won't need a.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Hello, Maiyegun.
Paul, is that Paul?
Yes.
It's Paul. It's been a while, though. How are you doing, Baba?
Yes, I'm fine, Maiyegun.
You are my
fine.
scholar this afternoon. Okay, so
wow,
we've got just about a few minutes there.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead there, Paul.
Once again, Mike, I want to appreciate you for everything that you do. And I want to appreciate the whole house, everyone, for their contributions and for always keeping everyone on the edge, basically, you know, keeping our reasoning at the right level.
Bless you, man.
So over the weekend, Maiyegun, sọ Yorùbá kó lè dùn dáadáa.
Right.
Mo máa gbàdúrà gan, mo ti kó báàgì mi, mo gbàdúrà gan pé since tí bàbá yìí sọ pé téèyàn bá gbàdúrà, èèyàn máa bá rẹ̀ London. Mo wá ń gbàdúrà pé Ọlọ́run mo fẹ́ dé Glasgow, mi ìfẹ́ miss Yoruba Union.
You mean kò work?
Mo gbàdúrà gan o. Mo gbàdúrà tí mo tún gbàwẹ̀, mo tún tọ́ kándù.
Also, whether you believe it or not, even if you don't believe it, you're supposed to work.
Kò ṣiṣẹ́ o.
I hope you know the Redeemed Church members we did this platform right now. I hope you're having a laugh. And now you're having a laugh too, Abi. You are laughing.
Ìgbà tí mo wá wọnú ẹ̀mí lọ.
Yep.
Ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ wá sọ pé tí n bá ń continue pẹ̀lú àdúrà yìí, ìyànà pájà ni màá bára mi.
You get kí o máa fẹsẹ̀ láti New Delhi dé Lọ́tí Ìsàlẹ̀ Èkó. Now, but this is what they celebrate in that place, man.
Àwọn bàbá àgbáyé, àwọn bàbá òfò.
They don't even know when to stop.
Àwọn bàbá òfò. They've twisted. See, Maiyegun, let me tell you, you see religion in Nigeria now. It is now, we shouldn't just see it as religion. It is now a mental disorder.
It is coming to that. Or it has already
yes,
been already gone there.
Not that it has come to that. It has already been like that. You know? It's actually a mental disorder now.
It is you can see Hope Uzodinma celebrating because Ebuka was able to gather 3 million. Sharing your achievement. Mind you, did you listen to what he said? It will enhance the GDP of the states. So because Ebuka is state, so GDP states. People will go around, don't spread data. If I had my way, Maiyegun, religion should be banned in Nigeria.
And I will support it 100%.
At least for some years, so that sanity can act back.
No, everyone parading himself as a religious person should be sent to the asylum until doctor says they are mentally okay. I'll do it.
They are mentally.
A lot of people will
I think that was even a better idea. I think that's a better idea.
I'll do it for
because honestly, I totally bad with the message. Everything.
Nigeria is going through a lot right now, yeah. That you will think, more population of 200 million people. There must be some smart people in that place now that could possibly put them together and fix this. Which
but Maiyegun, we they allow even those we see to be educated. Do you know that even those that we look at that
what's up? You know what people say, Paul? People said that the educated Nigerian is more shallow-minded and dangerous than an illiterate in Nigeria.
That's true.
Because
very true,
do you know who you are talking to? Do you know I'm a PhD holder? Do you know I'm a clinical boy?
Have you forgotten one video you played? I think you played that video. I don't know whether it was last month.
Right.
It was the same Odumeje preaching in his church. He said everybody is uneducated, everybody is illiterate.
You get?
Yes, now a professor that cannot contribute to the society. Yes, everybody is an illiterate, and that statement is true. Because if it is
the value of your education,
society,
right? That everybody is parading themselves as educated, but see Nigeria.
What is the value? What value did it add?
What is that value?
Exactly, Maiyegun. Like you stop in the battery, you still have to do the night.
You've done well.
The night session.
It's good to hear from you. Okay, I was
thank you so much,
that you're gonna chip in because anything about scam, I want people bandit, but a pop up. I get that's one thing that will get you up and say, I'm going to call it now.
No, Maiyegun, it's me up inside because it is a very, very big factor in the grounding of Nigeria and the grounding of Africa completely. It's a very big problem. Thank you so much, Maiyegun.
Enjoy the rest of I know say una don't reach like about evening anyway, like about midnight.
Yes.
So you take it easy, man. Okay, if we get to see later again today, great. If we don't, I will see you when I see you. Okay, you have a good one, Baba.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
So that's a Paul calling in from New Delhi. I'm not sure if it's New Delhi, but he's calling in from. It just called in from India. And to the rest of my viewers, I think we should keep the rest for later this evening. Okay. I am going to try to be here. I promise I'll try to. Even if it's just to come and have a wee chat, then take calls, enjoy the rest of the evening and all that. I will try to be here. But that you are here right now means that you are here. So make it count. Like the broadcast. Share it. And I will see you later. Salibabs. Thanks and welcome on board there, Baba. I will see every one of us later. And good afternoon.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary. gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Maiyegun Diary, na him be number one.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Maiyegun Diary, na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.